Our second part of our lesson deals with being able to write the quadratic function in standard form if we are given the zeros. So our first step that we need to do in this process is going to be to write the zeros so they are equal to 0. And so that simply means rewriting. In our case here, our first one, x equals 5, if I want to get 0, but I want to keep my x positive, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. That gives me x minus 5 equal to 0. Likewise, with my x equals negative 3, to keep x positive and get the other side equal to 0, I'm going to add 3 to both sides, giving me x plus 3 equal to 0. Our next step will be then to rewrite the equations from step 1 as a product equal to 0. And that's simply taking these two equations and putting them into factored form. So we have the product of x minus 5 now times x plus 3, both equal to 0 as a product. So now we're in factored form, and we just have one more step, which is to FOIL it to get your actual final function. So if we FOIL this, x times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, negative 5 times x is minus 5x, negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. And so then we combine our like terms, and we get that g of x is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 15. Let's try the next example to get a little bit better practice with this. We have zeros at x equals 2 and x equals negative 1. So taking x equals 2, if we want this to equal 0 on the right, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, giving me x minus 2 equal to 0. And x equal to negative 1, we add 1 to both sides, giving me x plus 1 equal to 0. So then my next step is to write it in factored form. So we have x minus 2 times x plus 1 equal to 0. And finally, we FOIL that out. X times x is equal to x squared. X times 1 is plus x. Negative 2 times x is minus 2x. And negative 2 times 1 is minus 2. So combining our like terms, we get a final quadratic function of g of x equal to x squared minus x minus 2. Your job now is to go ahead and try these two U-Try problems and bring your questions with you to class tomorrow.